So last night, a guy told me that he finds racism cathartic. And then another guy told me that I should work in Sainsbury's because I don't understand diamonds. Anyways, so last night I go to this little Spanish bar. It's like a lovely little like cafe type like bar situation going on. I know the manager there, and he gives me my little half pints of Estrella Galicia, big up Spanish. So I'm sat there with my little half pint. I want to steal one of those fucking glasses. I swear to God, I'm going to work there. I am actually going to work there, and I want to take the glass. So, not Matt. If you see this, no, you didn't. And I'm sat there with my laptop in my little like booth. I'm just making music, got my headphones in, and I see this guy who's like packing up his shit. He's about to leave. He's maybe like late 60s or something, and he's got this nice warm bomber hat. And I say to him, "Oh, that's a great hat to have because outside is very chilly." And I ask him like, "Oh, what have you been doing here?" And he's like, "I think I've seen you like 2 weeks ago. I think you came in here. You quite chatty." And I was like, I don't know if it was me because I don't remember you, but I am chatty, so it might have been me. Anyways, he tells me that he came in to do some drawing, like to do some sketches. And I'm like, "Oh, cool. Like, can I have a look? Like, I want to know what the people are drawing, especially old white men. I want to know what you're drawing." And so he sits down next to me. He gives me his little A5 little notebook, and I'm sat there and I'm looking through these pages, and I'm seeing sketches of. Is a sketch like? Can you have a pen sketch? Like, can you sketch with pen, like ink pen, or is sketch just pencil? I don't know. Who the fuck cares? Anyways, I'm looking at his little drawings. He's got some drawings of like some horses grazing, horses in motion. He's got some steam rollers, some trains, some bin men, and then random like compositional like drawings of people. And then in between these sketches, there's like these pages of just words, like all fucking like scrambled up. Some are in like thought bubbles, and he literally did say like they're thought bubbles, like they were actually bubbles and like they're just random thoughts. And so I'm looking at these words. I don't really understand what it's saying. I can't read his handwriting properly, but I'm seeing like Hitler, and I'm like, okay, let's see where this is going. And I'm seeing some stuff saying like war is necessary. Hitler. I don't know. I wasn't really consciously looking at it, I was just like going through the pages. And I'm like to him, like, "Oh, so like what is it about these streams of consciousness? Like, what are you trying to say?" And he says, "Well, it seems a bit strange, like what I'm writing, but I think racism is cathartic." And I was like, okay, I know that you've fucking read some of those books that say, like, everyone's a little racist. Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't know if you're talking about, but I once, like, had this app. Can't remember what it's called, but it's, like, you get little, like, flashcards, like, info cards of information. And I remember going on that app, and there was, like, a reading on why everyone's a little racist or something. Anyways, who the fuck cares? He's telling me now about how, yeah, racism is cathartic, and that he lived in Japan and that he goes back and forth to Japan. I'm like, cool. And he's saying like, "Oh, I don't know if you know, but like Japanese people are really racist." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And he's saying, "But they have like a certain way of like being racist, but a lot of that has changed now." And I'm like, okay. And I asked my man like, "Oh, do you know about Unit 731?" And he's like, "Oh, I think I've heard of Unit 71, but like it's quite dark." And I'm like, "Yeah, it was quite dark. It was just a bunch of, basically Unit 731 was a bunch of biological and chemical warfare tests, basically, The Imperial Japanese Army basically ran on these prisoners. Dark time in history, awful fucking time. It was just torture, basically, just to see how much they could push human bodies, like what the limits were. Anyways, go research that if you're interested. It's fucking awful. And I'm telling him like, oh yeah, it was quite an intense period in history in terms of what was going on and the tests that were being run. Anyways, he's just like saying, oh well, I will like look into that. And I'm like, okay, cool. And he thanks me for looking through his little notebook. And I was like, I was asking him like, oh, like, are you gonna like do anything with this art? Because he was saying that he's a bit shy and a bit private. And I was like, oh, fucking no, why now? But he was saying that he's gonna do an exhibition, and I was like, oh, where's the exhibition gonna be? And he was like, I'm being quite quiet about it because I'm a bit superstitious. And I was like, 1 second. Bye, Mumsy. Where was I? Yeah, so he was saying that he's going to look into it. And I was like, cool. Oh, no, we were talking about the exhibition. Yeah, he was like saying that he's a bit superstitious about telling people things. And I was like, okay, fair enough. I get it. I get it. But he was saying that he's doing a series of like A5 drawings and stuff. And I'm like, I wonder if he's going to write some other racist. Well, I couldn't really read the words, but like I saw the names, I saw certain words, certain buzzwords. I'm like, okay, I don't need to know more. It's not funny, but it is funny. But do you know what I mean? The thing is, though, he was really gassed that I paid attention to his work, and he was really happy that someone was looking at it. And I think in a time that is so divisive and everyone is so concerned with like identity politics and everything, I think we just need to have these dialogues with these people. Like, we are all human beings at the end. And human beings. And I just think there are spaces to have these dialogues and conversations. You don't need to fucking instantly hate someone. Because I'm not saying that this guy's a Nazi or something. He's just a bit, you know what I mean? And one thing, though, is that all of these sketches and the words were dated as being done in 2013. So I don't know where my man, not Russ, was at, like, headspace-wise. I don't know. But yeah, I think he was really happy. And I'm brown, as you can see. And he didn't fucking say anything, like, to me, anything whack. I don't know if he's, there are people that are, like, testing, like, where you land on the human decency scale. Like, I don't know, like, I think he's a strange, interesting character. I hope he sticks to just drawing steamroll. You know what I mean? Actually, I was gonna say, I hope he sticks to steamrollers and horses and stuff. But maybe that should be documented. That is a reality. But yeah. He then went home, I said bye, and I was like, nice. Yeah. Anyways, then I see a guy that I've met before at the bar called Not Sean. He's another old white man, probably the same kind of age, like maybe like 70, like early 70s, late 60s, whatever. My man, Not Sean, is a jeweler. Oh God, excuse me, my throat chakra. He's a jeweler, and he knows his shit about diamonds. And I met him before, and I was saying like, yeah, I want to be a jeweler. Like, I can sell you shit. I can sell people shit. But then last night, he got quite pissed off at me because he felt like I insulted his profession. I insulted his knowledge, he felt. when all I was saying, I was just being a cocky little piece of shit, saying like, oh, I can sell that shit. Like, who's gonna really know the difference between an old diamond and a new diamond? Like, who the fuck actually is going to care? I mean, I don't know, because I myself, I'm not that material. Like, I'm not a material girly. Like, I don't care. If you like diamonds, you do you. Like, I don't care about diamonds. I don't hate diamonds, but if you like them, you like them. You know, like my girlfriend loves diamonds. Am I about to rock up into a Tiffany & Co. and buy a fucking... I don't even know how much an average diamond is in that store, but I'm not going to buy that anytime soon. But at least Not Sean said that I can come to the south of France and he will show me diamonds and he will make sure I don't get ripped off. What I was actually going to tell you was, so I was telling him, yeah, like, I don't see what the big deal is. Like, I don't know, like, tell me why it's so revered to you as an asset. You know, I respect it as, like, you know, from a perspective of like craftsmanship and that it's a testament of time. Like, you know, this material has been here for fucking ages. But personally, it doesn't really appeal to me. Like, but I didn't realize how fucking pissed off he was gonna get. He was like, "How dare you insult my profession? Get the fuck out of here. You should fucking work in a Sainsbury's. You don't know anything about gems. You don't know anything about jewels, and you don't know anything about what it takes to be a jeweler." And I was like, "No, I don't. Am I dumb also for thinking that I could know everything about diamonds within 2 years?" Because this other guy was saying, he was like, "No, Jazz, it's a completely different trade. Like, 10, 20 years. I was like, I don't know what that accent was. He's Polish, so I don't think that was a Polish accent. Anyways, I didn't know it was going to take that long because I don't care. But Not Sean was telling me about the IGI, the GIA, which... So the IGI is the International Gemological Institute, and the GIA is the Gemological Institute of America. And yeah, so these are like the top industries that grade these diamonds. And Not Sean got very pissed off. He was like, "Who the fuck do you think you are, insulting me and my passion?" I was like, "I'm not insulting your passion. I'm just trying to understand, like, why you're passionate about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, calm down." I thought he was about to fall off the chair. I was like, chill out, have a shot of your Kraken and just chill, because you're about to have a heart attack. Like, you are a geriatric. I said to him, "You're a geriatric." And he just stood still and he was like, "I've never been told I was a geriatric. I've never been told that I'm a geriatric." And I was like, "Well, you are a geriatric and today's your lucky day." I'm okay with Not Sean, you know, we're mates, and, well, I don't know about mates, but, like, we're okay. And he's always like, it's a pleasure to see you. And I'm like, yeah, thanks. But yeah, so he got so fucking, like, fiery. I didn't realize I was going to incite that kind of fire and passion in him. But sometimes I think some old people need a bit of, like, a kick up, you know? Do you know what I mean? Like, they need something to just let that rage out. Like, let's call it somatic therapy, because I don't know, I know some old, like, I know a lot of old people are active and shit, but, like, do they really get involved in that way? Like, he was so angry, guys. Like, I'm telling you, he was so fucking angry. He was like, "Get the fuck out and leave." And I was like, "No, I'm gonna sit here and enjoy my little half pint in my dim lighting. I'm chilling." So yeah, that was an interesting night, to say the least. It's interesting to see the different type of old white men. Big up. Just a little, like, scrawny, his own words, by the way, scrawny. He self-described himself that way, not me. He's a little scrawny Irish guy. And he works in Cobham. How do I know this information? Because the first time I met him, he gave me his LinkedIn and said, "Drop me a message on there." And I was like, okay. I didn't drop him a message, but I did stalk his LinkedIn. What the fuck is Cobham? Cobham. I don't know, it just makes me think of, like, corn on the cob. Like, I like corn on the cob But actually, no, like I like corn on the cob, but it's not something I would opt for. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, people that go Nando's and like order corn on the cob. Like, no, I do like corn on the cob. I like if it's there and it's nicely steamed and buttered and like salted. I will eat it. I will yam that. But yeah, I don't know about corn on the cob. Like, it's just corn on the cob. That is like diamonds. That shit goes through processes. You can eat that, shit it out, and that corn is still fucking there. But here he was getting pissed off because I undermined his because I undermined his profession. But yeah, he was telling me about how pre-certified diamonds, that they're supposed to be like shaved down from between 50 to 70%. So I think he was saying that 65% is the kind of like sweet spot. So if you get a pre-certified diamond, if anyone has a pre-certified diamond on them, because I don't know who's watching this, and if you shave that down to try resell it and certify that, you're gonna lose hella fucking value on that. So he was telling me that the ones that I think he was talking about the Louvre and how there were diamonds stolen and they were shaved to 65% to be resold, and they went from like 20k to like 5k. So yeah, I don't know, some diamond facts. I will research the GIA and the IGI. Maybe I will, if I have a spare 10 to 20 years of my lifetime, maybe I will consider being a jeweler. Because I was taking the piss the first time, do you know what I mean? I was just like to him, like, I was just teasing. I was like, yeah, I want to be a jeweler, like, fucking hire me. But clearly I'm too naive and just a silly little girl who doesn't know anything about diamonds. And I should work at Sainsbury's. Yeah.